If you talk to 10 golfers about the problems with the game, I promise 9 of them are going to tell you pace of play. Golf is just too slow, it is too time consuming. So in this video, I'm going to give you 8 signs that you might be part of that problem, you might be causing the slow play, and unfortunately, I think number 4 is going to make a lot of you a little upset. The first sign that you might be contributing to the slow play problem is that you don't know how to use your golf cart correctly. And of course, I don't mean you don't know how to push the gas pedal or turn the wheel. I mean you and your partner are not using the golf cart efficiently to get through the round. What I see when I play all the time is 2 people sit in a cart, they drive to the first ball, they both sit, or one person sits in the cart while the other person hits it, then they both get in the cart and they drive to ball number 2. This is absolutely the wrong way to use a golf cart. What you should be doing is dropping the first person off at their ball, taking your cart to the second ball, going to hit your shot, and then they can either walk back to the cart or you can go pick them up. But now you don't have 2 people sitting and watching one shot twice, you have 2 people efficiently moving through the round. This lack of understanding about how to use a golf cart correctly is why walking golf is often so much faster than cart golf. When you see a group of 4 walkers, they don't all walk in a pod to one ball. But that is what you see when you have carts. Now, I understand for those of you who, like me, play as a single a lot, this might feel awkward to do with a stranger. So you can do it in reverse also. You can drive up to their ball, leave the cart with them, hop out and take your clubs and go walk to your ball. This removes the awkwardness of driving away from them when maybe they don't understand the proper way to use a cart. And it also sets the precedent. It teaches them this is the right way to use the golf cart, that we're both going to our ball independently even though we're sharing a cart. This may seem like a small thing, almost a little nitpicky, but I guarantee this is one of the biggest drivers of slow play for most recreational golfers. And the second sign you might be a slow player is if your screen time does not go down when you are on the golf course. Now, far be it for me to tell you how to enjoy your time on the course. If you want to play music, you want to scroll Instagram between shots, peace be with you. But I see so many players who are on their phone as much on the golf course as I assume they are at home. And frankly, I don't really get it, and it's not helping our pace of play. If you're backed up on a tee box and you pull out your phone to look at something or send a text, absolutely, I understand that. But generally, you could be using that time to get ready to hit a shot, to help a partner look for a ball, to just be more aware of what's going on around you so you can play at a better pace. I want to be clear here that this is not reserved for younger golfers. I see golfers across the age spectrum sitting in their cart, staring at their phone, and then when it's their turn to hit, they say, oh wow, it's my turn? And then they try and figure out a yardage and go pull a club. Again, being ready to play golf all the time is the biggest thing that's going to help us speed up the game so we can all enjoy a faster pace. The third sign you might be a slow player is not a might, it's a deadlock certainty. And this is if you are one of those aspiring YouTubers on the golf course. You will notice you almost never see pictures of me or video of me on a golf course. And that's for 2 reasons. First, I want to enjoy my time on the golf course. I don't want to be making content. Second, I don't believe in slowing up the pace of play for making my own videos. But this problem is not constrained to the handful of big YouTube channels out there. There are dozens and dozens, hundreds of people, probably thousands, who are out there filming every single swing they make. They're filming their crew. They're trying to become YouTube famous. And while I can't knock anybody's hustle, if you're trying to do well on YouTube, that's great. Obviously, we're all here on YouTube together. I can't knock YouTube. I am knocking the idea of going on a golf course and filming all of your swings with all of your buddies. If one of you wants to play while the other 3 film and everything keeps moving, I'm okay with that. That's fine. You're not slowing the course down at all. But if all 4 of you are playing and you're all filming each other, that's abominable. You should be all removed from the golf course and YouTube. This applies equally to the people who are out there filming their own swing for their own ability to dissect the swing later. Whether you're posting it on YouTube or not, filming every swing you make on the golf course, unless you're bringing a camera crew with you, is awful for pace of play. Please stop. Now, the 4th sign that you might be a slow player is the one that's going to trigger a lot of you. But it's this. If you take more than 1 practice swing before you hit the ball, you're probably a slow player. You're welcome to jump into the comments section and get angry and tell me that you take 2 practice swings, but you always play in 3 hours. Okay, maybe. But in all likelihood, the people who I see who are out there taking 2, 3, 4 practice swings are slow golfers. You've hit hundreds of golf shots in your life. One more practice swing is not going to fix whatever is going to happen next. So get on with it, shorten up your routine, get up, take one practice swing, and let's move on. Taking these long, drawn out pre-shot routines is just killing our pace. It's brutal to watch somebody take 3 practice swings and lay the sod over it. So get up, know your yardage, one practice swing, get into your shot. The pace of play will be much better for it, and you'll probably play better golf because you're going to spend less time thinking about golf swing and more time just playing the game. Here's the quick interlude where I ask if you're enjoying the video and you're enjoying the channel, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you keep up with all of our future content. Thanks. The 5th sign that you might be a slow golfer is that you are constantly looking for lost balls. Now, I can be a pretty wild driver. Anybody who's played with me will attest to that. I can go real sideways real quickly. But because I know that, and everybody around me knows that, I play golf balls I can afford to lose. I will walk toward the area where I think my drive landed, I will take a quick look for it, and if I don't find it, I will drop one and I will move on. Now, per the rules of golf, you do get 3 minutes to search for a lost golf ball. But this is one of many, many areas where the rules and reality or just basic consideration for your other human beings are in a bit of conflict. Yes, you could search for every lost ball for 3 minutes. None of us would ever sniff a 4-hour round again. You've got to be reasonable about how often you're searching or what kinds of shots you're searching for. If you have a great idea, you know exactly where that ball landed, and you want to take a couple extra minutes and sift through the rough, okay. But if you just hit it and it's a new course, you don't really know the layout, you hit it somewhere there, if you don't find it right away, drop one and keep moving. Now, I understand that golf balls are expensive, but again, you've got to play a golf ball you can afford to lose. No golf ball is going to stay with you for very long. It's just not the reality of the game. Whether that's buying recycled golf balls, refurbished golf balls, going to a lower tier of golf ball, play a ball that you can afford to lose so you're not holding up the pace searching for every golf ball because losing one just wrecks you. I'll add one other piece of advice here, and that is if you are somebody who frequently loses golf balls off the tee, one of the best things you can get is a GPS watch that tracks the distance of your shots automatically. There's a voice caddy watch, and I'll put a link to this in the description below with a great discount code. But the minute you hit your shot, it starts counting the distance. The reason this is so valuable is that if you know how far you hit your drive, say you hit your drive 200 yards, as soon as you hit the 200-yard mark on your watch, you can stop walking and you're going to start looking around, and that's going to be the area to search. A lot of times, especially if I'm playing a new course, I don't necessarily know where 250 off the tee is or where 200 off the tee is if I didn't hit it well. So I want to know those things so that I'm searching at least in the right area. So often when I'm playing with different people, they're looking for a ball and then I'll find it 30 yards back or sometimes 10 yards forward of where they are. So having that GPS watch is going to make it a lot easier to be at least in the right area for finding your ball. The 6th sign that you might be a slow player is that you have no idea what anyone else in your group is doing. Now, this one's a little bit weird. I think people might not understand right away why this matters. But to play fast golf, especially in a foursome, you need to know what other people are doing. You can't play ready golf if you're not aware of the other 3 players. Now, I've heard stories of people who can come off the course and recite every single shot that everybody else in their group hit. I'm not saying you have to be one of those people, but you have to have a rough idea of what they're doing and where they're at in the hole, again, so that you can pace your play appropriately. There are also tons of things you can do throughout the hole and throughout the round just to help the group. If one of the playing partners is struggling, say in a bunker, maybe once they get out, you can have the rake ready for them and either hand them the rake, or you can rake the bunker while they get out and go find a putter, or maybe they blasted it over the green so they're going to go find their shot to chip it back. You can rake the bunker for them while you're waiting because your ball is on the green. Maybe you can help them find a lost ball. It could be as simple as just fixing an extra ball mark. You know that your partner hit that shot, go ahead and fix their ball mark for them while they walk up. You don't have to do any of these things. Again, this is the difference between the rules and the way we should be if we're all going to have a good golf community together. But pace of play is a communal effort. It's all of us pitching in with just little things to make sure that we can all enjoy the game at a proper pace. The 7th sign that you might be a slow player is that you are always playing by the strict rules of golf. not playing ready golf. Playing by the strict rules of golf, meaning the person furthest from the hole gets to hit next, should be reserved for tournaments. You should be playing ready golf almost all the time. And many courses do take the stance of putting it on their scorecard. We play ready golf here. If you are ready to play, hit. This is most important on the greens. If somebody hits a 30-footer and they get it pretty close, finish out your putting. Don't mark, walk away. Now somebody else has to come up, put their ball down, hit their putt. Maybe then they mark again too. And then you come back and you put your ball down and then you putt and maybe you make it, maybe you don't. If you hit that 30-footer within a few feet, hit the next one, be done, move on, be finished with your turn. Similarly, when you're in the fairway, if you know you outdrove your friend, but he's looking for a ball, if you found yours, you're sitting in the middle of the fairway, go ahead and hit it. Why are you waiting for him? If you're helping him just look, that's one thing. But if you're just standing at your ball waiting because the rules say so, nobody cares. We're not playing a tournament round. Play ready golf, keep the pace moving so everyone can enjoy a quicker game. The final and most definitive sign that you might be a slow player is that groups are always stacked up behind you. Now, this may seem obvious, but I can tell you from personal experience, there are loads of golfers out there who are consistently oblivious to the fact that groups are stacked up behind them and that they are the problem. There's that old saying that if everywhere you go, everyone you meet is an a-hole, it's probably not everybody else, it's probably you. It's the same thing with slow play. If everywhere you go, everyone around you is a maniac, they're all playing way too fast, and I'm just trying to play a reasonable pace. Probably not. Probably not at all. It's probably you, you're probably a slow player, and you probably need to pick it up and evaluate how you play to move it along. Golf has an accepted pace of play. It's 4 hours. Now, I understand some courses are going to quote 4:15, 4:30 if they've got long walks from green to tee. Maybe that adds a little bit, maybe 4:30, maybe even 4:45 at some resort courses where they're just smashing them in and it's a long, tough course. Fine. But your average municipal golf course, it should be a 4-hour round. This is what's agreed upon. Paying your green fee does not entitle you to be on the course as long as you want to be out there. I've best seen green fees described as a rental fee. You are renting the course for a set amount of time, not 5 hours, not the whole day. Now, there are obviously endless possible scenarios we could talk about where somebody may be up behind you and you're not playing slow, right? If you have a foursome and there's a single behind you, you can play a 4-hour pace and you might still have that single right on your back. I'm not going to try to get into every single scenario of when you should let people through, when you should play faster, when you shouldn't let people through. Nobody is saying that you're doing it wrong if you're waiting and then there are groups stacked up behind you. What I'm talking about very simply is if you are playing and there's open space in front of you and groups are stacked up behind you and you're not playing at a 4-hour pace, you're doing it wrong. And again, I'm not saying if this happens one time, you're a bad person. No, everybody has a couple holes where they get out of pace or they have a bad day on the course, they're just playing slow, whatever it might be. But if consistently you are looking at open holes in front of you and groups stacked up behind you, you are a slow player and you need to reevaluate the way that you're going about playing golf. Golf is a microcosm of society at large. If we don't feel like we have any obligation to other people to try to maintain things at the accepted level, it's going to be really crappy. However, if we're willing to do these little things, use our cart better, play ready golf, everybody can enjoy a good pace of play and just be able to play more golf. So many people I know don't play golf or they play way less golf because they know that every round is going to be 5.5 hours, and it's just too much time to block out on an average weekend. Now, I want to point out here at the end that none of my 8 signs had anything to do with score. I have seen good players who are really slow, and I have seen fast players who shoot very high scores. It does not matter whether you're a high handicap or low handicap. All anybody wants is a good pace of play. I also want to point out here, as I'm sure many of you will do in the comments, and please do, that the pace of play problem is not only on the players. There's absolutely a course component to this, and I'm going to do a whole separate video about things we can ask our courses to do that are going to improve the pace of play. But I wanted to start by focusing on us because we can fix this problem ourselves to an extent if we're willing to do the little bit of work. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know, for you, what are the signs of a slow player? What are the things that help you keep up a good pace of play? I'm Matt Saturnis with Plugged In Golf. Thanks for watching.